Taurus, what up? It's your girl Kelly coming at you straight out of Boston for the Queen Bee Tarot. So, you guys are the first to see this. This is amazing. Take a look at my curtains that came in. They're all the astrological signs on both sides. You can see Aries there. You can see all the signs are there. So, curtains have come in and they look amazing. I do not. I'm wearing a grandma sweater because I'm freezing my ass off because it's cold. I was in Phoenix for 7 years and then I moved back here and it is cold here. So, you know, it's windy and it's just coming into that fall weather. So anyway, Taurus, what I'm seeing going on with you guys is still kind of, I remember last month we talked about becoming bitter with love and, you know, a strong warning there. And there was someone kind of, you were all up in your feelings about, and, you know, now I'm looking at kind of the second guessing of the judgment to remove them from your life. I feel like Venus in retrograde has you questioning whether or not the decision you made was the right one. You're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles for all Taurus. These energies are interchangeable. So first let me say this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Mars. You know what? I feel that because all of those planets make you who you are, that, you know, you can go ahead and watch this and it may resonate with you. Cross watchers. Okay, guys, so please know, and I say this all the time in my videos, that I could either be bringing in you or your partner's energy. So at times I may read in the reverse. And usually when that happens, it means there's a lot of you asking for confirmation of things that you're feeling, but you can't quite put your finger on. So I bring in the point of view from your partner and show you exactly what is going on there and what they're doing. So when it comes in like that, know that it's a confirmation and that a lot of you are asking the question, did I do the right thing? Or, you know, you're asking the question of, is this person being sneaky? I can't quite put my finger on it. So if it comes in the reverse, it's a confirmation and it's you actually getting to watch and relive the side of your partner through what I'm telling you. So know that when it comes in like that, I'm aware of that. So you don't, I mean, you can leave it in the comments and tell me, you know, like what's going on with you or whatever. But a lot of the time I do get that. And I just wanted to explain it. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Remember, Venus, good old Venus right now, is spinning retrograde. So we've got to deal with that. So if your exes are climbing through the windows and shit like zombies, that'd be why. Yeah. Expect them to be turning up, coming out of graves. I mean, it's like all the skeletons in your closet chasing you down the street at once. It's awful. I don't have that problem. So I choose to deal with my skeletons there, but some people, you know, it would shock me to holy shit if an ex returned to me. Like, let's just put it that way. So what I'm feeling for you guys overall is you're questioning getting out of that relationship that you were feeling. Like you guys were all up in your feelings about this relationship. But you felt like you weren't really getting back what you were giving. You were putting in so much into the garden that you guys were going to grow together. And then it was like, well, where's my partner? Kind of looking around, you know, like that 7 of Pentacles energy right here. I did pull the first spread, which is 12 cards, 3 rows of 4. So this is the energy that's coming out for you straight away is, you know, okay, I put in all this effort, but where's my partner? Where's the return? Like, this is what I get. Like, really? And I feel like because of that, you feel justified in leaving the relationship that you were in or being in the relationship that you were in and parting ways. I feel like there was like a lot of in and out with you guys. Um, Sorry about that. My window is right on the street. It's always some jerk revving his engine, which I'm sure you'll hear in a minute, or sirens. You felt justified for leaving that relationship. There was a lot, I feel like there was a lot of in and out, because it's like the energy's coming in and then going out, coming in and going out. I wish it would stop, because it feels like a wave. I feel like I'm kind of doing this. It's making me dizzy. But you feel justified here in leaving this relationship. And for some of you, leaving this relationship may very well mean that you're in the process of divorce, or I see some of you stopping legal paperwork, like you were going to another country for this person, and you stopping the paperwork. There's paperwork here, whether it's divorce paperwork or stopping paperwork, and your relationship is in another country. The person you're with is in another country, something like that. I don't see that there is a new beginning here. I feel like mentally you guys are on two different pages. It's almost like, for example, let me say, like, it's almost like trying to mix the earth and air energies, like trying to take a Taurus and an Aquarius. Aquarius is a very strange energy. They kind of float out in the universe. They're the helpers of the universe. They help everybody. They think of the masses. They think of the huge details, where Taurus likes to be logical and think of the logistics of things. So they're two far different energies. So I feel like that's like, it's like mixing oil and water. And I feel like that's what I'm getting here, is that you can't seem to get past these differences mentally. This energy just tells me you can't get past these differences, and both of you are getting your guard up. Both of you are holding on, and neither one of you are budging toward each other still. So maybe there's no communication. And you're trying to figure out, did I make the right decision? Because I truly love this person. I truly did love this person, but I couldn't handle all of this, in and out. And it's kind of funny, because when I look at these fish, that's kind of what I see, the fish swimming in and out. There's a lot of in and out energy here. It's making me like seasick. And you're questioning that. You're questioning, did I make the right decision by pulling away and ending this situation? And it looks like you ended it because this is how you felt about it. You felt that this person was going behind your back. You either felt or found out that this person had other options around them. When I look at this, I feel like some of you found a string of texts maybe in your significant other's phone. It almost reminds me of a string of texts to somebody or many people. Now, this can be you or your partner. Please remember this. These energies are interchangeable, Taurus, so don't get stuck on whether or not it's you or your partner. Just know that if it's your partner, this is kind of letting you know from their point of view what's been going on. So clearly the collective of you have been asking, like, did I make the right decision in leaving this person? And when I look at this, I see like either a string of text messages to different men or women, or I see one long text message that depicts that somebody was going behind your back. And that's how you found out that they were keeping options. I almost see that this is people talking as well. So it could have came back to you via other people, but you couldn't, I don't know, I get the feeling like a lot of you couldn't put your finger on it. It was brought back to you by gossip almost, that the options were there. Could have been like your significant other asked someone out on a date, and they happened to know this person who happened to know that person who knew you, kind of telephone type shit. Don't ask me. The messages come from them, so leave it in the comments. By the way, thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes. You guys hit 5,000 views last month. And I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe. That would be fantastic. I love to have new people in my community. Here, it's a community of people that we come in authentic. We are who we are. We face our mistakes, and we move on with it. And this community helps each other. They leave their comments in this, the section. They leave their story, and other people come in to comfort them. Hey, I'm going through the same thing. And, oftentimes you can make an authentic friend that way just by offering a kind word like, hey, I'm going through the same shit. And you can talk with each other. This is what my community is about. This is why I give these readings. This is why I do what I do. I want to help as many people as I can. So, yes, definitely like, share, subscribe. And, if you want any of that other stuff, personal readings and things, all the information's in the box below. I don't sit here and sell myself. So you guys are coming in as the Queen of Wands. Ooh, might be with the fire sign. The Queen of Pentacles. Here we go with the not being able to get comfortable thing. I love this part. Sitting on a waffle on a tailbone, fractured tailbone, and a just out of surgery titanium rods in my neck. I start getting uncomfortable. So I'm sorry. And yes, I'm whining and I'm aware of it, and I'm done and I'm off my soapbox. Okay, so Taurus, you're coming in the Queen of Pentacles upright. This means you're coming in a good energy. You're not coming in a way that's this is for the collective. If some of this applies, take it, leave the rest, throw it away, or check your rising and moon sign. Those may be more significant during that time of your life. Always, if this doesn't apply to you, check your rising and moon sign. And that will apply to you somewhere. So, you're coming in the upright because it turns out this person is a false soulmate. This person is not for you. This is a false soulmate. Someone pretending to be a soulmate to get what they wanted out of the relationship. Maybe they wanted the stability, because Taurus is known to be a very stable sign. The stability of the love. Which, like I said in my last video, my Venus is in Taurus, and that's my favorite thing about you guys, is how stable your love is. Like, you're always just there for your partner, and I love having that about me. And you're very loyal, and I love having that about me as well. Being that I'm also an Aries, I'm very loyal. But this person was not for you. And you were correct in the decision that you made. It was a fake soulmate. This person was sneaking around. Usually I see different things when I look at this card, and I pick up on different things. So give me a second here. Definitely sneaking around. I feel like some of you may have found out about, by looking at this, 2 of them. But they were hiding more. Whether that be 2 lies, 2 people, 2 circumstances that you felt uncomfortable and couldn't put your finger on. There's a 2 in there somewhere. Because when I look at this, what I see is, goddamn glare, what a pain in the ass. These 2, when I'm looking at it, I see something different every time. I see these 2 swords are planted in the ground as if they've already happened. And he's carrying off the rest before you can see it and see the full picture. So whatever that is, whether it's a situation that this person made you uncomfortable, whether it's a situation that this person lied twice and they're hiding all of these other lies, whatever it is that applies to you, because I feel like there's a 2 there and there's more that you don't know about. So I hope that makes sense to some of you guys, and you will find out. It's a matter of time. You will definitely find out. But this person, toxic, very, very toxic for you. Like, this is not the type of person that you want to deal with. and you're coming out of that mind prison that you created for yourself. You feel like you were kind of stuck in that they mind fucked you. And you couldn't figure out what was the truth from what was not a lie. Or hold on, give that to me again, guys. You're talking too much at the same time. Okay, so they're saying that this could also be all the stories this person has told you, like they are not at all who they appear to be, is what they're telling me. And it's like all these stories are lies. This is like a hardcore player. So this is either you, Taurus, or this is your significant other, but this person's like a hardcore player. Like their stories stop adding up and making sense. Some of you may have asked questions to friends and they, oh, I stay with this person on that night, and the friend doesn't know anything about it because they think you wouldn't ask. I'm getting like weird stuff like that coming in from ancestors. So but you're coming out of that. You're distancing yourself, or you already have distanced yourself. It's either coming or it's happened. That there's going to be no communication between you and this person. And you've got judgment here reminding you to make good decisions. And I'm going to clarify all of these for you, but three other cards did pop out and wanted to stay out, so I kept them out. This is talking about making good decisions. I feel like you either ignored a couple of lies or ignored behaviors. This person may be not physically abusive, but on the level of verbally abusive. And they use it almost like, that's what I was getting, an escape artist. Like, they pick a fight so they can leave. On the phone, whatever they do, they pick a fight so then they have a reason to disappear. They have a reason to go. That's what I was picking up. I couldn't quite get it. It's them right here, even though you clearly have red flags about these two. Whatever these two are, they're two incidences, two lies, and he or she starts fights like the night you're supposed to hang out, or right before or right when you start hanging out, and they get up and walk out. That's what I'm getting. They get up and walk out, and they're taking all these lies with them, or they're meeting these lies. That's what I'm getting. It's saying that you're coming out of this and now you're seeing the truth. You're hearing the truth from their side, what they were doing. So I still haven't figured out whether this is reverse or for you. I'm pretty sure this is for you, but I can't tell. So this is talking about making better decisions, judgment, making better decisions, and not winding up in a situation like this, like ignoring your gut. I have three other cards that fell out here, which was the World, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Eight of Pentacles. So with this, it's kind of a weird combination. I feel like maybe this relationship was really, really tough on you guys, and it really destroyed some of your core values. When I look at this card, I always see that she's studying the cup. She's not looking for people. She's studying the cup, trying to figure out how it ended up this way, how she ended up outside in the cold, begging for love and begging for attention, or, begging, period, whether it be finances. But I'm interpreting this two ways. One is that you didn't let it break you. So you listened to the warning last month of becoming harsh with love. You listened. You're putting in the work. The other thing is some of you who have lost jobs, who are waiting on jobs, like we talked about last month, It's coming. It's coming. There's a shift going on right now. And like I said, that energy is going to start moving in just a couple of weeks, and those jobs are coming. So hang on as tight as you can, as long as you can. Just know it's there. It's divine timing, and it will make sense to you when it happens. But it is divine timing, whatever's going on here, because I see people coming out of the phase of pondering why they ended up outside their relationship like that. And now they're putting in the work to better themselves. But I also see that there are people here that have lost their jobs, are looking for jobs, are in trouble, trying to pay their bills, and it'll be like the 11th hour Hail Mary, but it's coming. So it's a double read there. Sorry guys, I read very, very complex. And sometimes it can get really hairy in here. So I'm a very complex reader. So, you know, if you're not vibing with me or you don't understand the way that I read, there's lots of really good readers on here. I'd hate to see you go, but I understand if, you know, the way I read doesn't vibe, or you need to check a different reader another day. I get it. Anyway, let's see here. Ooh, we're clarifying already. Okay. So you saw this person. You were putting in all this work because you clearly saw this person as somebody that you could be with. Somebody you could have that connection with. That you literally, wow, that you literally could be with. That to you, that's how you felt. That's how you saw this person and didn't see them for the fake soulmate that they were. You felt that way, and they just kind of went along with it to get whatever they wanted out of the situation. But you really felt, Taurus, and I'm feeling heavy in my heart, like you really felt like this was it for you. And you really like put in the work. You put in 100%, and either you or the other person just couldn't change their frame of thought. They couldn't or wouldn't change their way of life. Let's clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. Okay. So you were hoping for a love offer, a genuine love offer from this person. And instead, you've got the Four of Pentacles, which oftentimes depicts sorrow and sadness and staring at that offer that didn't come in, not seeing the wealth and abundance you have around you, but also holding on too tightly to your heart, your soul, your mind, everything. It's a kind of a possessive card, if you will. Okay, so you have the Eight of Swords twice in this reading. You have the Eight of Swords clarifying the Ace of Cups. So again, like what I said, you feel like there was kind of a mindfuck there, and you couldn't figure out what was what and who was who in this relationship. There were so many lies and so many maybe other people involved and so much gossip and just everything, and it was just a web of lies. I see just a web of bullshit that you had to get out of in order to see that this isn't what you wanted. Like, that's pretty heavy. This person really messed with you. There's a lot of air energy here. I will say that. Okay, let's clarify this Ten of Swords, please. Clarify this Ten of Swords. So you have the High Priestess with the Ten of Swords. Like I said to you before, you were ignoring your intuition, like you were ignoring the two incidences. Remember those swords here from my other deck. You were ignoring, I see these two here significant. There's something that you're ignoring. Your High Priestess is here to let you know, like, hey, you know, this is what's going on with this person. This is what's going on with this person. Hey, hey, hey. And you were just like, you know, ignored whatever instances. Maybe they were violent instances. Maybe they were, you know, just instances where the person, like, what, okay, slow down, guys. Sorry. There's a lot of energy in here, Taurus. You guys are feeling it this month. You're definitely feeling it with the Venus retrograde too, even though it's in Scorpio, which means it's in a lot of emotional places, deep, dark places, and then it will move into Libra, which is its sign. But anyway, you had your upper conscience, lower conscience, any conscience, yeah, like yelling at you, hey, this is coming. But for some reason, this person is either that good or you ignored it. Please. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay, so it looks like when you found out about this person's options, you put an immediate stop to it. You weren't hugely surprised by this Tower moment. I feel like you knew it was coming. Because you have the Tower in reverse clarifying you, which you came up as the Queen of Pentacles. I will get to showing you the cards in a minute, but you weren't largely surprised or, you know, completely broken by it. You were heartbroken, yeah, but you weren't completely broken by it because you felt that it was coming. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to get into it with the cards with you guys. So you definitely felt like this person could be a soulmate. You were putting in that work. You were putting in that energy. Oh, my hair. This is what I don't like about the winter time is your hair gets fuzzy from these ugly sweaters that you have to wear to keep you warm. And this sweater is... But I'm warm. You were putting in this work because you saw this person as a potential soulmate. You saw this person as someone that you could be with. I don't see this as a divine relationship at all, but I do see it as soulmate material. And the reason I say that is because, if I can get this card up, you've got Justice here, and then you've got the Two of Cups. So it's a soulmate connection. There's really no major arcana other than Justice here saying like you made the right decision and not returning to this relationship. To show us that this is a divine connection. It's a soulmate, yes, but it's not a divine connection or a fake soulmate. Someone pretending to be such. Okay, so it looks like this person was just unwilling to meet you halfway. They didn't want to. I feel like if you look at the two eagles here, I feel like one of them in the reverse is reluctant. I look at it and I see that one is more reluctant than the other to give up their way of life, to give up their style of life, maybe give up the fuckboy player thing or fuckgirl player thing, for this relationship to work. And still you continued to put in effort and try to make it work, even though it just wasn't going anywhere. You were upset here. You know, the Four of Cups, you're staring, the Four of Pentacles, you know, you're just kind of more involved with your pentacles. I feel like when I look at this card, you were just lost in what you wanted them to be rather than what they were. and you were holding on to that ideal of them. And that's, I think, what hurt you, if that makes sense. You wanted them to be this Knight of Cups for you. You wanted that real love offer. You wanted that genuine, everyday love. Like you wanted them to be it, and they were not. But I feel like you were ignoring that for some time. Maybe they just disappear in and out and you were ignoring that or whatever. Then you have the Ace of Cups with the Eight of Swords, which I told you before is here. So you were questioning whether or not this person was the right decision to walk away from. And it absolutely was, because this person here was playing mind games with you, and you ended up in your own little mind prison here. It was like you were making them into what you wanted them to be because of the lies they were telling, and oh, I love you, and whatever they were saying to you. You created this mind prison for yourself that you ended up, from the Four of Pentacles mind prison, to being stuck in this web of lies and all of this garbage, and you didn't want to look past it for a while. Because as Taurus, you guys love hard, you love deep, that's what you do. And so it's hard for you to look past somebody that you love. You've got the options card here showing me that as soon as you found out, you put the brakes to it. You knew, but as soon as you verified, you put the brakes to it right away. That was it. You were done. And, you know, like I said, as the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, you've got the Tower reversed. So I feel like it's not to say that it wasn't as devastating, but it wasn't as much of a surprise as if you didn't know anything about it. And when you found out about it, like when for sure, you found out some way for sure. Like I said, I felt there was a string of texts or maybe emails or something like that you found. And you put a stop to it right away. So it wasn't as huge of a Tower moment because you were aware that the foundation was already crumbling. So it didn't completely destroy you the way it would have in a normal situation, I guess you would say, whatever normal is for you. But it shows here that, you know, this person was not for you. And you realized that after you found out all this stuff. And then you've got the Seven of Cups there. Again, choices. You know, this is a repeat card. You put a stop to it there, and this is what made you realize this is not your soulmate. Like, here's your confirmation. Like, this person had options. You had two of the same card and one with my soulmate card, which is the Four of Wands. There's no more forward action between you guys because of that, and you're now realizing this person is absolutely not for you and they're toxic. Here it shows that you're clearing that energy out. You're getting rid of that. You have another repeat card. We had the Ace of Swords in reverse, and I told you I felt one of them was reluctant to change their ways. I feel like here is a new mindset. You yourself are freeing yourself from this kind of behavior. You're choosing to let go and push that energy away. Then you have the Eight of Swords in reverse with the Moon. Again, the Moon clarifying that you now know there's a lot of stuff you don't know about this person. And it's coming in, and it will continue to come in. I feel like I said, like, these are some skeletons here. So the Moon tells me that that's right because of the fact that the Moon hides. It hides everything. And I tell you guys all the time, what looks like, you know, a big scary monster at night of a shadow is really just a tree over you when you're walking during the day. So it's kind of like that, you know, things kind of coming out of the woodworks. You're going to start finding out things, whether it be by gossip or, you know, if you guys split, you're checking the computer now, and things are going to start coming out somehow. It's kind of a weird way, if that makes sense. And it says, you know, the bad decisions, they've got to stop. They've got to stop, Taurus. You purposely look away because you love so deep and so hard. that you purposely look away from what your partner is doing sometimes in order to maintain that love that you have. And that's a warning to stop doing that. It's not a bad thing to love very much. It's not. And I adore that I love like a Taurus. I love so hard, and it's amazing. But it's saying, don't love the wrong people. Don't give your pentacles to the wrong people. They're not going to return them back. So it's a lesson for you to rein in your behavior on giving your pentacles to the wrong people, and also to people who don't respect or deserve them. And it's also a lesson of learning when a relationship is over. No matter how quick or long that relationship may be, when you see the signs, you need to pay attention. So you have some lessons here this month, in your mid-month. And they're good lessons. I mean, and I'm so sorry, for the situation of how it went. It doesn't look like it was really good for your emotions, your heart, your spirit. I really am so sorry for, the sad reading. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull your gods and titans, angels and sirens cards, and see what advice they have for you for this month. And we'll get it popping. Okay, this deck is so big. My gosh. Okay. Massive deck, just so you know. It's huge. What do we have for Taurus for advice for the rest of the month of October of 2018, please? Advice for Taurus for the rest of the month for October of 2018, please. What do we have for Taurus for the rest of the month for October of 2018, please? Okay, guys, we're just going to do a messy shuffle too, because these are so big to shuffle. Artemis, individuation. Okay, so Artemis comes, somebody just got this, I feel like. Artemis comes and reminds you of individuation. It reminds you to appreciate yourself as an individual. So coming out of a relationship like the ones that you guys are experiencing, you need to get back to individually who you are. She tells you to come back to who you really are, because when we get into a relationship, a lot of the time things change. You stop doing the things you like because the other person doesn't like to do them, or you end up in the couch potato mode your whole relationship, and you don't do anything together. You don't do what you like to do. Maybe that partner was all over you and didn't want you to go out with your friends, or whatever situation. I'm getting a lot of energy there. They're reminding you to get back to yourself. You can't love anyone, baby, until you love yourself. And you need to remember that. That's something that's so important. Nurture yourself before you nurture others. Be careful who you're giving those pentacles to. Okay, what other advice do we have for Taurus, October of 2018? We have Achilles, confidence. Achilles was a demigod and, well, later went into the little Hall of Fame upstairs for his acts of heroism. He talks about having that bravery to move on. He talks about using his energy to pull in and having that confidence to move on. It's not going to be easy, as he's showing you. It's a fight. It's a fight, but it's worth the fight to love yourself, to baby yourself and pamper yourself and get you back to where you need to be. Take a rest from it and use his energy to build your confidence back up and get back to your individuation, yourself, building yourself up. I always say, be a boss, date a boss, build an empire. Just throwing that out there, Taurus. You have Sheila Nagig, gateways. So I'm really glad that they updated to a different deck with her in it, because the first one she was in was very, very scary. And now it kind of shows her in her rightful power. The other one was just really kind of creepy and scary. So I'm still kind of freaked out when I see her, because I'm expecting like that scary picture. I'm not even going to tell you what it was. It was so grotesque. Ugh. Anyway, gateways. She's letting you know that opportunities are coming. So those of you that I've talked about with the last read and with this read, waiting for jobs, they're going to find the money in the budget to create these positions or to give you the money you want that you're negotiating for. You have something there on your side. And so the jobs will come. Different ways of life. Some of you may be moving overseas for a job. Some of you may be moving across the state or across the country. Some of you, I feel like this is far. Maybe you're getting a new job because of the papers I saw, leaving the country to get married to someone foreign or to live with someone foreign. But there's a lot of gateways coming in here. There's a lot. There's work gateways, relationship gateways, travel gateways. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have jobs that, you know, require you to travel. You're probably not happy about that because you are very much a home person. Let me see here. But it all depends on your chart too. Some of you may love to be out depending on what your rising and moon is. You have Heather, contentment. So some of you may find out about a surprise pregnancy from this relationship. Or a trick pregnancy. They may lure you back. It may have lured you back in from saying they think they were pregnant. But this is about contentment. That may be for a small portion of you. This is about being content with yourself, learning how to be content. I'm getting a warning of stop relationship jumping. Some of you may be feeling like you're watching friends get married and you're getting older and you're the only one. And no, you're not. You're not the only one. Don't settle. Wait for the right thing. When you settle, the other person settles as well, and their divine destiny is never met. Be content within yourself to take breaks, to work on your individuation, your confidence, to open new opportunities for yourself. Be content in yourself. But that pregnant belly, and it's not true. Whoever, some of them, it's not true. It's just a way to keep you stationary. So ask for proof. Ask for a pregnancy test. Prometheus, altruism. This talks about staying true to yourself. This talks about look back at the situation because not everything is that person's fault. It talks about getting right with the truth of the situation. I'm not saying that they are wonderful. What I'm saying is that you made mistakes too, and you need to come to terms with that, and you need to speak it out into the universe. If you don't want contact with this person, to say, I'm sorry for my part. I know that I acted in whatever ways. You can speak it out into the universe so you don't have to contact them, but you need to speak it out. When you speak it out, like they say, you know, what you say manifests in the universe. That's how you manifest things. Well, what you say in the universe attracts what you get as well. Apologizing for your part that you played and acknowledging those parts that you need to work on is being true to yourself. And not even just that, but it's a very important part of spiritualism. Last card for you guys, and then you're on your own. And then I'll see you next month. Last card is Osiris, renewal. Pretty cool art, guys. This deck is banging. I'm telling you. You need... Ooh, the energy is amazing. The messages are amazing. And it comes with a massive book that I haven't even looked at yet. Renewal. So you need to get yourself back to the point of going through those gateways, taking your opportunities, getting your confidence back, you know, getting right with yourself about the things you did during the situation that didn't make it any better. Like I said, put your apologies out there. Sorry, my piercings are always tangled. I really, really need to change these earrings. Getting right with yourself, renewing the energy inside yourself, renewing the love that you have for you. I'm trying to get it without the glare, and it's so hard. But You guys need this deck, really. Both of them, awesome. So use this. When you get to this point of renewal and you feel refreshed, pamper yourself. Do something you wouldn't normally do. I know it's hard because money's just not out there, but if you can, go get a manicure, a pedicure, get a back rub, get something for yourself, even if it's the smallest thing. If all you can afford, if your favorite thing is, I don't know, a hot dog from 7-Eleven and it's 99 cents, go take a walk to the store and get yourself something you enjoy. That's what they're telling you. And be content. Take a walk with whatever, if you get food, take a walk and eat it, something that's, whatever you guys, whatever decision you come to have self-comfort and self-love again. Make sure you really do it with self-love. Light some candles, really be there for yourself and be in contact with your friends who are there for you. Just know I feel a lot of support for you guys. You have a lot of family support and you have good friends. So keep that in mind. This is your girl Kelly coming straight out of Boston for the Queen Bee Tarot. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.